Thank you. It'll go to my head. We can't have that. We can't have it go to my head. Now, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. And I appreciate you also being on the side of optimism. It was a very strange week. There's a lot of good news, which I'm going to get to, but it came too late to help the Democrats from getting their ass kicked all over the country in off-year elections. Have you been following that? Virginia was the big one. Terry McAuliffe was the governor. It should have been an easy race. Lost to Glenn Youngkin. Glenn Youngkin. It sounds like the scotch you buy at Costco. Glenn Youngkin? Okay, so the big, I've been saying this, schools are going to be the big, that's what happened. It was the big issue was critical race theory being taught in the schools. We're going to talk about it on the panel. I'll just say, Virginia people, the only race they want their kids to be learning about is NASCAR. That seems to be the message. Now, I think Democrats should study critical race theory, which is the theory that it's critical to win races. And of course, they're blaming Biden because, his numbers taking everybody down. They're already writing Biden's obituary, his political obituary. The real one they wrote years ago. But Biden had another rough week, I got to say. First of all over the country now, conservatives think it's so funny to say, let's go Brandon. Have you followed this story? There was a NASCAR race, and a driver named Brandon won the same day that the crowd was chanting, "Fuck Joe Biden." And the announcer, either dumb or wanting to cover this up, said, "They're saying, let's go Brandon." So now airline pilots are saying it. It's a big code word for fuck Biden, so that was bad. Then Biden went to Glasgow, Scotland for the big summit meeting, gave a moving speech saying that the recent alarming news about melting ice flows and natural disasters should serve as a real wake-up call. And then he fell asleep. So that didn't look good. No, the far left is right. He's not woken up. He's got to literally be more woke. His disapproval rating, Joe's, was 36%. Not that far long ago. Now it's up to 53%. And Joe said, "You think that's bad? You should hear about this Brandon guy." People really hate him. But this is what's so weird about it. The actual news is pretty good. The economy is going through the roof. We added 531,000 jobs in October. That's a big number for 1 month. The Dow, there was a book. Could the Dow ever be 36,000? Now it is. The stock market's never been higher. We're out of Afghanistan. COVID's going way down, and they have a pill now. Merck had it about a month ago. Now that was going to stop 50% of this. Now Pfizer has one. They says will stop 90%. So we have a shot and we have a pill. Could I please return to real life? I left the coffee maker on in my office, and it's been since March of 2020. No, I think this pill is going to be a real game changer. Although it's kind of a curveball to the imagination people, because on the one hand, it's endorsed by the government, so, it will take away your freedom. But on the other hand, it's a pill, so you can grind it up and snort it in your truck. So that's... Speaking of trucks, do you know who Lauren Boebert is? She's one of the new Republican people, let's just say there. I think she's from Colorado. She spoke out this week, made news. She said, no one really needs paid maternity leave because, quote, I delivered one of my children in the front seat of my truck. And she cut the umbilical cord by slamming the door on it. This chick is rugged. And this was at a Wendy's drive-thru. And then she ordered nuggets for the baby. I'm telling you, this... And not to be outdone, Marjorie Taylor Greene said when it's time for her to give birth, she just crawls under the front porch. But speaking of paid maternity leave, Democrats are this close to passing their big bill, and family leave is added back in. Joe Manchin was objecting to that, and Kyrsten Sinema, she's still deciding what to go as for Halloween. She is hard to really... And I love this. Did you see this story? There's been hundreds of QAnon followers. Are there QAnon people here? Everyone is welcome at my show. No? Anyway, if you are, you're welcome. They were camping out in Dealey Plaza, Dallas, because they believed JFK Jr., son of the most iconic Democrat ever, who died in a plane crash in 1999, was going to return, or maybe never died, or returned from the dead, I don't know, to lead the Republican Party. Or something like that. Well, one of the parts of the theory was that Trump was going to be reinstated. And then he would make JFK Jr. his vice president, and then Trump would step down, and JFK Jr. would be president, who would then appoint Michael Flynn to be vice president. Just like it says in our Constitution, ladies and gentlemen, that they're always carrying around. That's up. So all that's going to happen. And then JFK Jr. is going to say, you know, maybe next time we could meet somewhere my father wasn't assassinated. Would that fit in? But they know who this JFK Jr. is. I'm not making this up. They have I'll show you the picture. This is the person they say is JFK Jr. now. Dead ringer. Isn't he a dead... And by the way, I'm really River Phoenix. Anyway...